c'est le... Joue à lancer le stream.
Puis pour tes...
Joue lancer le stream. Twitch stat, pourquoi déconnecter maintenant? Je suis en...
Direct. Direct problème de connexion, bim bam boum.
Non, non, ça marche, ça marche. T'as reçu une notif ou pas?
Non,
Ah bah super.
not yet.
Du coup, attends, est-ce qu'on est connecté là? Ah, c'est bon, on est live. We are do live. Está live. Tac.
Faut quand même que tu parles, hein, parce que du coup, si tu
Pas
parles
ça.
pas, les mecs qui se connectent sur la vidéo, ils regardent 10 secondes,
There's...
s'ils te voient pas en train de parler dans les 10 secondes, ciao.
There's nobody. Bye, babe. Bisous, bisous. Bisous, 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 bisous. Bisous, 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 bisous. Bisous, 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 bisous.
Et là,
Ouais.
les dents, pipi.
Ouais, c'est fort ça, hein. Je vais mettre un petit son. On va se mettre un petit son là, sympathique. Sur Deezer. Turn it on, let's go. Hello, hello. We are going to analyze Bitcoin tonight for next week. So we had almost zero movement during the weekend, but still we have some new levels that we might want to trade. So let's go. Just checking what kind of music I can put on, because I want to put something cool, something nice. Playlist. Ba, 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 ba. Are you online, Pierre? You're online, amazing.
I don't think I am.
No, you're not online. Okay. Okay. Just waiting for Pierre to join us, so we can start the analysis. There's gonna be like an hour stream, something like that. The idea is really to...
More than that.
I don't think we're gonna do more than that, because for it to be more, we would have like to have a big difference with last week's analysis. So I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be more.
We'll see. If people are questioning everything.
We will see. Okay, I'm gonna go with this because I liked it. Comment ça s'appelle? Ah oui. Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Have you seen Cyberpunk Edge Runner? It's on Netflix. Really cool. Really cool. Let's try that. Oh wow, that's strong. No, that's a bit strong. That's a bit strong. Pierre, tell me when you join if the music is strong or if the music is cool. If it's too strong, I'm just gonna remove it.
I will turn a bit, but I don't know if I
Okay. Amazing, Monsieur Pierre.
I was thinking about the fact that we've been ranging for the whole weekend and stuff, and so there is a lot of liquidity that is to grab.
Yeah.
On the outside, but more so to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the scenario that we just hover around the levels for the weekend, and then we do a week down and week up.
Okay. Well, we'll go deeper into details of what's happening, what we're seeing, what are the levels basically, and what also the setups that we were waiting for, and ended up happening. So that's pretty cool. We are live. This fire is out of control. Is there a way like to copy the stream stream link, stream information? No.
Why? What do you want to say?
I want to say that we're live and that people can just join, but at the same time, so cool. Let's.
Hey, so you link the channel to
I link the what? Yeah, the Twitch account. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen here. Écran. Screen number 1. Go live. I think John was talking. What is John saying? Trading. What is John saying? I'm having a couscous, can't follow you guys tonight. Enjoy the couscous, John. Happy couscous. Happy couscous, John. Okay, so let's go back here. And let me just talk to Miana as well. Message privé. We are live, by the way. You can follow it via Discord local channel. I am sharing my screen. Copier le lien. So cool to see that. So freaking cool. Last stream we had, we were around here. And basically saying that we're seeing the price drop towards a specific setup, which is this one. Right? So we had this in mind already. And look at what happened. Actually, the entry was on the naked point of control right there. Look at what happened. It was the exact move. That is so cool. The stop loss was below this or this. I would say below this low right there. And that's the setup we're in right now. Okay, I'll be back.
London. Netherlands.
Sound is perfect. Okay, amazing. I'm back. Went for the coffee. So, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you
hear
can.
me?
I can hear you, but I hear you very low. So you know what we're gonna do? Okay, can you speak, Pierre?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Sound is perfect. Okay, amazing. Back. Went for the coffee. So, can you hear me? Yes, you can.
No, we can't hear you very
I
well.
can hear you, but I hear you very.
Can't hear you very well. That's the problem, Pierre. So I'm gonna stop the
Will you
music.
increase my voice in Discord.
I can increase your voice in Discord. I can do that. EMC, and here is the one and only. How can I speak?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
I think it should be enough. Keep on speaking.
I can increase your voice in Discord. I can do that.
Let's see that.
EMC, and here is the one.
Made myself a coffee right now.
How can I speak? Yeah. Hello. I think it should be
Okay,
enough.
it's good. It's very good.
Sounds perfect to me.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Okay, so. Hello, Pierre.
Hello, Ned. Hello,
How are
guys.
you? How was the weekend?
Very well.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't you a bit sad for France? I mean, I would be.
Actually.
I'd be super sad. If I was French, I'd be super sad. So I'm super sad.
I'm sad that I didn't sleep well last night because I went partying.
You missed one hell of a final. It was crazy. It was a crazy game. Like, we were losing the whole game.
It was close too, no?
It was super close. Yeah, just have in mind that for like 79 minutes we were losing 2-0. And in exactly 2 minutes, Mbappe scored twice. So we were back at 2-2. It was like, 10 minutes before the end of the game. So everything was, it's like, start from scratch. And at the end we went to the penalties. We Argentina scored another time, France scored another time, 3-3, went to penalties, and this is how they won. But what a hell of a game. That was it was gorgeous.
So we've lost, but we honor, right?
We what? Yeah, we lost, but we are not. I didn't hear the
With honor.
with honor. Yeah, because at
Yeah.
first it was like we were losing, and I was thinking that we were gonna lose like 4-5-0, like Brazil against Germany. I don't know if you remember this 7-1. I was like, oh fuck, that's gonna be crazy. Turned out, no, we were lucky enough to have something better. Okay.
Have Mbappe.
So yeah, Mbappe was amazing. So let's see. Do we start now? Or I'm just gonna reduce the music a bit because it's annoying me. Okay, I'm gonna stop it actually. I'll stop it for now. Let's just make sure that everybody is Mirna is offline. That's a shame. Okay, you're here. That's good. John is not going to be able to follow. So, okay, you know what? Let's just go. Let's just do it because we're not going to stay too long. I think the idea is as usual to go through the price action and just to see, okay, what happened, what are the next levels, update our levels, what are the next trade setups that we feel like are probably the best setups for the week to come. And yeah, basically formulate a trading plan like we've been doing for like almost 2 months now, and it's working pretty well. Before we start, I want to show you something pretty cool. How can I show you that though? Okay, give me just a second, because honestly that was magic.
That was spot on.
That was really spot on. That was like magic, and I mean the video is there to prove it. Yeah, it was when we set pump incoming. Yeah, that's the one. So okay, let's see this one. Let's see this video. Okay. So basically, we had a video. When was that? That was Friday. Let me put this out on. Okay, so the video is in French, unfortunately, but what we want to show you is that basically we were saying this price action. We said pump incoming, that was like big time clickbait. Because what we say in the video is that we see nothing looking like a pump so far. We see like a rally, but we're expecting lower towards where? I'm gonna show you towards where. We just had like for a minute we saw the setup, so I will show you where it is. There. Let me stop that. Okay, towards that level right there. And this is 16,537. Oh, 16,550, 16,537. That was the long we were expecting at the time. And then just check out this amazing picture. But yeah, basically that was the long we were expecting at the time. And what happened next? So remember this level, huh? 6537. We're saying that here we bounced because we had like some support around here, which was interesting, which was honestly interesting. But it was not enough for us to be fairly sure that we're gonna have like a nice move up, you know? So we were expecting lower, taking those lows especially, and then hitting this level, okay? And so now let's go to the price action itself. And what happened, let's put it back to not Saturday, yeah, let's put it back to Friday over here. Okay, I'm putting it back to Friday. Okay, that was the setup that we were hoping for. Okay, that's a bit after, but it's okay. And then let's start it. So tac. Okay, at this moment we were doing our stream. Yeah, when we had this move up. When we had this move up, we started doing the stream saying, okay, this rally right there, we haven't taken any highs, so we're expecting it to drop. Just look at that. Just look. I mean, look at that. We hit it right there. Do you see that? You see that here? Let me just hide that. You see that lever right there? That's our entry right there. Yeah. We hit that level. Why were we so confident into this level? It's because we knew that there were liquidity here. We knew that we went up super fast, that the idea was that we were going to go down, fill the single print area, take out the liquidity, and touch this big area of support because it's a big area of support. It's visible on the high time frame. Like you can see if you take this pivot here towards this pivot here, that's a 618 retracement. You have a naked monthly point of control right there. So it's basically a point of control of the whole range. You had liquidity resting as in volume wise. So that was our setup, and basically this is how it went during the weekend. So let's show you a bit. Right, at this moment in time, you're like, okay, we're ranging, and then we go a bit higher, and that's interesting because we hit those levels right there. Okay, and this level 16790 was actually a take profit area. Why? Very easy. Why? Because 618 from here to here, and that was a level. At this moment in time, the daily open was not here. It was lower. No, it was actually higher, I think. I don't remember. But anyway, the daily open, that's not what's important. Those are previous day levels. What's important is having this right there. So you take along here. The first area of resistance, you want to take profits. So why do you want to take profits? Because the global trend is bearish. I mean, let's call this the past week trend. It's bearish, and the global trend, if you zoom out, is extremely bearish. We're still dropping. So right now, what you're thinking is, okay, I have a bearish market structure on the high time frame. I have a bearish market structure on the low time frame. So I took a long. So I'm trading against the trend. I took a long at a very sensible place. What do I want to do once we hit the first real level of resistance? Is to actually take profits. And look at that. I mean, it's pretty spot on. Pierre, can you still hear me? I can't hear you well.
I can, yeah.
Ah, you can hear me. Okay, amazing. So,
You're doing amazing, so
okay, great. No, I thought I was alone. I'm like, oh wow. Okay,
No,
so
no.
okay, that's cool.
I'm there
So
in
basically,
the shadow.
you take your trade here. You take your first take profit around this area. So if we hadn't have this 618 retracement, my first area would have been either this level right there. Okay, and as you can see, when we hit it, we had a rejection, a small rejection.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good, because it's like a low, a visible low in
Yeah.
this market structure. And if not this level, and if we didn't have this and we'd be above this low right there, it would have been here. Okay, it would have been around this daily level that is now a support resistance flip. Okay, it was support. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Again, we covered it in the last stream, but basically what we did was, oops, my bad. It's that this daily level, we've been hitting it. Okay, it's okay. Look, on the 1 minute, it's a daily pivot. So basically you need 2-day candles to have this daily pivot. But look, we hit it like really close. We go straight through it by, I mean, it's a matter of dollars. 17 and then 26, you're talking about $10. So you hit the level, you go $10 below it, then you go above it, you lose the level, and then becomes instantly a resistance to the dollar, literally to that. You go back above it, you back test it, you go back below it, you play with the level, and then you lose it. Okay, so this level has friction, this level has a reaction. That's why I'm saying that should we not have this 618 retracement here, that was the next obvious level. But because you want to be safe,
Sensible,
exactly, take profit.
take profit.
And because you want to be safe, why do you want to be safe? Because at this point in time, when you're here and we arrive at this area right there, you're already in 1.5% profit. That's an amazing trade.
That's amazing.
Yeah? You don't want to take the risk to arrive to say, okay, you know what, the 618 retracement, I have a feeling it's not gonna reject from there. I'm gonna put my take profit here. Okay, it's true that you're maximizing your profits should you hit the daily level. You'd go to 1.7%. So that's really cool. But also what you're doing, if you're doing this, is you're putting on hold all the profits that you could have in this trade. Because if
Yeah.
we don't hit this, and if we actually reject before, which we did, you're basically not banking any money on your trade,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta pay yourself, guys.
You have to. It's mandatory. You really, really, really have to do that. Okay. So let me just continue this just to see where we are. This is the weekend price action. Okay. It's on the 3 minutes. So basically we're ranging between this level and this level, right? It's to be expected. Weekends are really, really slow. So you don't expect more. Okay, let's go a bit faster though. Can we go faster? Yeah. Okay, we range. That was yesterday. Okay, that's very slow. Let's go to 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, ranging. Okay, and this is where we are now. Okay, so basically during the weekend, we really we hit this level on Saturday night, Saturday morning, Friday night, let's say, and as soon as we hit this level, we had a bounce, and we're ranging between those two levels right now. The high is literally this Fibonacci retracement right there, and the low would be the low where we took our long. Okay, so now if you've been following us for a while, I mean, you would know that we are in two very, very nice positions. The first position that we have is this long right now, and the second position that we have is a short. Now, we didn't take it at the same place and time with Pierre. Pierre had a much better entry because he shorted during this drop right there. So he has an entry, I think, at around 18,000, right?
Yeah.
And so I was not in short doing this. So basically, Pierre is in a short from here, long from here, which is really cool because now, if the price goes up, this long is making money. And if the price goes down, this short is making money. So you just have to keep the best trade out of them both. Should we go and take the lows here? Sure, you get stopped out here. You take profits around this area, you get stopped out, and then the short makes money for you. And should you start pumping from here? You took some profits here. In this short, if you start to see like a sign of strength, you can bank some money as well on a retracement to the lower side, expecting the move to go back up. And then if you get stopped out, it's okay because now you have a long from here. And this is the really, really the coolest way to trade, in my opinion, because you're no longer expecting anything from the market, to be honest. You don't care. You don't care what the market does because you are in a winning position. So you just have to wait. Personally,
And you don't position yourself in situations that are not great for you.
exactly. So let's just say right now that we have this long. We're in this long, okay? So initially, the way we had placed the stop loss around this trade was that we had in mind that should we start to take this liquidity here below, we would be already quite below this Fibonacci retracement, 0.8%. So unless you see like some kind of a swing failure pattern and then you go back here and you can take back the long, for me that's my invalidation, okay? But now that we saw this reaction, that I took some profits here, I have in mind something. I have in mind that we are going to drop again, okay? Why? Because this for me is a very poor low. This was put on Saturday morning during a weekend. It's a very little wick, okay? We left so much time here. We stayed so much time here. Many people have been taking potentially longs, and we know for a fact, we know that in this candle right there at 7, you had like 15 million longs that opened, okay? And so all this in my mind is telling me that this here level might get revisited soon to take out everybody that's in the long right there. That's why you take profits, and then go back above. This is a possibility. And so in my mind, when I see this, what I do, I just take my stop loss. I put it right below this, because if it starts going down, I know how to react should we go back above it. I would treat it as a swing failure pattern and enter again in the long. And should we start dropping from here heavily, I wouldn't lose any money because I took some profits here. I'm almost at my entry right there. So there's nothing to be scared about, right? And this is also something really cool to do when you hit take profit 1, take profits 2, etc. It's to really cover your capital and make sure that you are not taking any kind of risks that would cancel any winning or profits that you've been making previously.
If I could just say this, to
Yes,
be
you
fair,
can.
there is several ways to trade this, but
Hmm.
you could just put your stop loss to 16,300, something like that, and just compound the profit that you have taken on the retracement of the 618, and yeah, just stay in your position.
Exactly. I
So
mean,
you,
the idea is not
yeah,
to close the trade because so far, what we're doing is actually interesting because we're doing high, low, higher high, higher low,
yeah,
higher high, higher low. So we've not been taking the lows. And now it's a lower high because we know this is a resistance, but again, a higher low. So you could be expecting, I know it's a weekend volume, very low volume price action, but you could still be expecting this, you know? It could go up, back test this, go back up, and then maybe a drop is gonna come. And I honestly think a drop is gonna come because all this right
yeah.
there, right? All this right there, we've not challenged the lows. Okay, here you have liquidity, here you have liquidity, here you have things, here as well, here of course, and here of course. So
Yeah, and most importantly, the down one. Yeah,
so yeah, and just to show you why we know that longs open around here, okay, in this candle, exactly. Look at 7 p.m. Because if you actually go on an order flow uh, type of chart, you can see it very easily here. Okay, that's a 3 minute chart, so every candle is 3 minutes, and you see this big green candle. Okay, so here it's written 16 million in green, so it's 16 million positive delta. Positive delta means buys. Okay, and you want to know if it's people opening longs, that's a way of buying, or if it's people closing shorts, which is another way of buying, but it's closing positions. And what we see here is that it's blue right there, meaning it's opening positions. So people are actually long here. And we know that the market doesn't really like to move when many people are involved and are waiting, for example, for a long. It's a weekend price action, so no institutions are there. You have people with big amounts of money, but I wouldn't call them really market makers. I wouldn't call them like institution or hedge fund level market makers. So you could see now, it's completely speculation, completely like we're just imagining what could happen. You could see like an open later this night, especially with the S&P future opening up. You can see like we start going up and then we drop, we take out all those longs and the other ones that's been opening in this range. I mean, look at that. It's like it strikes you like somebody just put 16 million dollars in a
on
long.
the table. Yeah,
Yeah, on the table. So you could really see like a drop, take him out, or make him close his position, and then you go back up, you know. And for this to happen, you have to think, okay, where did this guy, for example, where did this guy put his stop loss? Many places possible. Here, here, or here. Okay? So this is why I am personally expecting a move down, either here or towards there. And should we see something like this, I would enter back around there, you know, because I know why we'd be dropping. We wouldn't be dropping because this is not a support area. This is still a support area. We'd be dropping because we stayed too much for too much time here. People open positions, you get them out, and then you go back up. And you create like a really nice low. Okay, so I did this, but honestly, what I really want to see is something like this, you know.
yeah,
Okay, this is what I want to
me
see.
too.
I want to see like this taken out really deeply. You take out everybody in this range.
And
Potentially,
fast.
why not? Yeah, potentially, why not take out those lows as well? Okay, you could even take those lows. Okay, but this starts to go a bit too much deeper here. So I wouldn't
Yeah,
I wouldn't call this the same trade, to be honest. Should we arrive here, I would expect a bit lower. But yeah, the idea is that you take out everybody around this area and a bit here, and then you bounce back up and you see a move maybe back up to the highs of this range right there. Okay, this we already agreed that this was a deviation, so you see a high towards this area, and here you can take a really cool short, for example. So this would be basically the things that I'm forecasting. But anyway, wanted to show you that we correctly predicted or expected the price to do something when, at which time, when we were doing this. Okay, at this moment in time we were not bullish at all. We were not expecting this to be taken. We were not expecting something like this. No, we were very, very rational, and we're just saying, okay, we're just making a lower high again, lower lows. What is the most probable outcome? We're gonna drop towards where? Our long setup right there. Okay, and this is exactly what happened. And now what you have to do is just wait and see what happens. Basically, that's it. And yeah, I said that Pierre took a short from 18,000. I personally took a short way lower. I'm just gonna tell you very quickly why. I took a short here. But I didn't take a short. I'm gonna explain also the context. I didn't take a short during this drop because I never take shorts. No, I took a short once I saw that retracement here, took the local highs, and this is where I entered in the short. Because at this moment in time, when I saw that let me zoom in just so we can see. When I saw that we went out, you see this candle right there, and I saw that we took those highs. I was like, okay, you know what? What's the biggest probability right now? We were still expecting this level lower. I was like, yeah, no sign of strength. We're dropping pretty hard. The volume is very heavy. You see this big red amount of red, and we just came down from this deviation area. So the most probable outcome is that we still have more targets to hit. And another piece of information we gave last time is that everybody is out of this short. Everybody except Pierre. But everybody else is out of this short. So I was thinking, you know what? That's really hurting everyone. And probably we're not going to see any kind of retracement until we hit some kind of a strong support level. So this also helped me to take a short. So right now, it's true. I don't have a short position as interesting as Pierre has. But nevertheless, I'm protected should we drop. And I'm in this, basically. I'm in those two trades right now. Okay? And so, just waiting to see which one wins, right?
Did you took profit on this short?
No, I did not. I preferred to open the long, actually.
Yeah.
Because, again, what tells us that we're going to go up? If we don't take this high, if we start doing this, hit the daily level, and then drop again, this is basically just a lower high. So we could go lower. Who tells us that this support is going to work out? Nobody, to be honest. I mean, then this is why we took profit, me and you. We took profit here because we're aware of that. So we're longing.
Without consulting each other.
Yeah.
To me.
It was pretty funny.
At the same level.
Let's show it to everyone. That was pretty funny. That's because we understand the market in the same way. What did we say? Yeah. So basically, that was the trade that we took. Okay, let's go. That was the trade. A bit higher because I was waiting for the reaction. $30 higher. Nevertheless, that's interesting. 10% gain. And then I said TP1 hit on the local 618. It was today. It was actually midnight yesterday at Paris time. 618 at 16790. And Pierre said the same. Like a few moments later. No, in the morning you said the same. So yeah, once you know that this is how the market reacts, and I mean, look at the reaction. Look at the reaction. Every time we hit this level right there, like you go down, you hit it, you go down, and now what happened? We hit it again, we went down. But it is true that we're making higher lows. So overall, I'm still thinking we can have a nicer retracement towards the higher side, potentially challenge those highs, and we could be ranging around this area. It wouldn't be stupid to imagine this, huh? But right now, just have to stay in your positions because we have two very favorable positions. And that's it. That's what we wanted to show you before going into our analysis from scratch. So how about we go? Should we do it? Should we start? Let's start. EMC live analysis. Last time was the 11th. Okay, close. Let's go to the previous chart. So that's our previous chart. What did we have as setups? Let's see. I'm on the daily. I'm going to go on the 4 hour. Okay. I'm gonna just close those. I'm gonna close the daily, monthly, parallel channel, fixed range, naked pointer controls. I'm just gonna see what kind of price action we had. We had this right there, daily setup. That's obviously no longer in play. Why did we have it here? Because at the time of the stream, wait a second, where was it at the time of the stream? Ah, that's weird. It's actually pretty weird because Sunday, Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Ah, yeah, no, it's not weird. It's actually very, very normal. Because at this time, so it was last Sunday. Sorry, last Sunday. Okay. Exactly here. Okay. So we were at this area. So the pivot high at this moment in time was here. Okay. So we had in mind this cool setup where you would go here, you would hit this level, and you had probably daily levels and things like that. Yeah, you have a daily level around there. Yeah, you had many things, but we know it that the price actually decided to move. What did you have? Yeah, and you had the value area low. So that was at this time, this moment in time. Should we have dropped from here? That was an amazing trade to take. But
It was.
what happened? Let's see what happened. We did not drop. We actually kept going up. And that was a scenario that we had in mind. That we have this range, okay? We don't know where the high is. We know that the lows are here. We don't know where the high is. So we had this scenario that, okay, maybe the highs would be here. And if that's the case, we can still go up. And look where we went. We went like really close to this level, okay? So let's see what came next. Okay. So basically what we did is continue to short squeeze a bit up, put here, let's call it a local high or a mid time frame high, and then we started dumping. Okay, so what did we do? We have now a proper high, we have proper lows, we went like that, ranging, hit those highs, and then now probably going to this level. This is what we're doing. And this price action, we predicted it almost 2 months in advance. When we saw this drop here, when we saw this level here, we had a trade set up at the swing failure pattern of that. This happened. We took the long. We took it all the way up. And then at this area, we were looking for shorts. It was a very hard short to take, okay? Because here on the 4 hour, it may look easy. But on the, if you go on the 15 minutes,
It wasn't.
it was like swing failure over swing failure over swing failure over swing failure. So here you needed to really like zoom out to take the trade. And even if you were on the 4 hour, at the end of this candle here, you could have maybe entered here thinking that's a swing failure pattern, and that's more or less $18,000. That's basically your entry, Pierre. So that could have been a nice high time frame entry, okay? But the problem with that short is that at the moment in time, we were just going up, okay? And we were just squeezing everybody up, so you don't really know whether this is gonna hold. Now, with hindsight, after seeing all this move down, you can see that more or less, okay, this is a high with a big wick towards the upside, okay? And that this trade right there, true, it was a 2.6% stop loss, let's say if you take a short right there, but in the end, it worked out pretty well because now it's a 6.6% win. So that's why I'm saying it was a hard short. The trigger was really, really complicated, not easy. Okay? And we came back down. So now this trade setup is invalidated, right? Because, I mean, this here is no longer working. This pivot is no longer good. You have to put the pivot around here. Of course, what is this new level? It's the long that we took earlier that we were talking about, okay? So we adapted our levels during the week because we saw that we had a rise up. And this is how we were able to identify the new level that we talked about it in a few streams. And yeah, now we're bouncing off this level. So let's see maybe lower levels. Okay, this one. Oh, we actually had it before. Look at that. So we had a different pivot that was in this area as well, 537. How cool is that? How cool is that? At that time and at this time, we already knew this was a support area. And with the new pivot, look at that. It's exactly this. It's almost the same pool, the same. I mean, not the same pivots, but the same area. That's very cool to see. Okay. In the end, this short worked pretty well. Look at that.
This was the naked man's point of control also.
Yes, definitely. Just showing to you that you see this trade that we had like days, like weeks in advance. Okay. Although we had a new pivot, turns out that this new pivot did not invalidate this area of confluence. And not only it did not invalidate it, look at that. It was the exact dollar. It was the exact, I didn't change those. I didn't change those levels. Those levels are from a chart from the 11th last week. And that was the exact low was our entry. And now we're above it, 1.5, 1.6%. It's crazy. We're giving amazing trades, Pierre. Huh?
Yeah.
We should not do this for free. We're crazy. We're crazy. We're too nice.
People like that.
Okay. So this trade, amazing. It worked out. But now let's move on to other trades. What did we have? See, this is what I'm telling you when I'm saying that it was a tough price action, because at this moment in time, this was a good level. And look at that. We just went straight through it. Okay. I remember personally taking a trade from here with a very, very close invalidation and got stopped out like almost immediately, but that's okay. My stop loss was not here. My stop loss was above the wick. It was like a 0.3% loss. Really nothing, honestly. And look at that. We went like really, really higher. We went around this area right there. So that's why I say it was a difficult short to take, because we had intermediary levels. We were expecting some kind of reaction that didn't come because of the strength of this short squeeze to the upside. And yeah, that's basically what happened. What was the next setup? We had a higher setup. Okay, and then we had this level too. This level was not hit. Okay, yeah, we were expecting higher. And that adds another complexity to it, because you arrive here, you're like, okay, you know what? I took this here. Probably we can push higher towards this area, right? Actually, what happened? We dropped. So this teaches you many things, that the point is not to guess where the exact low is or where the exact bottom is. The point is just to react. Once you see a trade is lost, once you see that your analysis needs to be updated, you update it, you see what are the next levels, and you trade your plan, and that's it. So even if you didn't have any short from here, this long was a golden long, and was really, really not that hard to find, should you know what you're doing with technical analysis tools. So okay, I think I've talked enough. Let's start the analysis. Let's remove all that, dailies, weeklies, monthlies, parallel channel. We can put it back again. I'm gonna keep the trades, okay, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna do something cool. I'll do it later on. I'm gonna say which trades we talked about worked out and which ones didn't work out, so we can build statistics together later on. That could be cool. Okay, so let's start again as usual. Monthly pivots. Let's go. Monthly here. Okay, we're doing this every single week, and we update every day. Monthly here. So monthly is nothing changed. Okay. Just doing it for the sake of the education purpose. That's it. Now, let's go on to the weekly. Weekly, right there. We have a weekly level. Do we have a new one around here? Nah, unfortunately we don't. Why don't we have one? Look at that. Because, I mean, you could say that you had one here, but it was traded through the week right after. And you could also say that you had one above here, but also traded through and where towards this level. So actually on the weekly level, this looks super bearish. That's a very bearish candle, huh?
It does, yeah.
You see like this huge wick. That's why it's cool to start from scratch, because you don't really see this. If you keep your analysis, you don't see those big wicks on the high time frame, because you just don't need to go on the high time frame anymore. You just follow your analysis. But here, what you actually see that's pretty cool is that we had this big wick here towards where the lows of this range, okay, we tried to get acceptance in it and then we rejected. So basically, you could almost say that we back tested the range above us. We tried to get acceptance into this range, okay, we arrived here and we rejected. So potentially the next level, where is it? It's towards here. Yeah, it's not stupid to think that. Should we have gained acceptance within this here, back test it and start go here and let's say, I don't know, reject from here? Okay, you could have thought to yourself, maybe we're back into this channel. I don't know if we're gonna drop now here, but seeing this weakness just with those few levels, okay, and just this structure of the market, previous range, local range, the lows of the previous range, and you see this big wick here, and then bam, you go below. This is extremely, extremely bearish in my point of view, especially if you compound it with the idea that we are in this very bearish market structure since the 69K. So yeah, weekly levels, not cool. I'm personally not very, very bullish on this. Let's add a bit more levels, okay? I'm gonna add here 21K. But I think I'm gonna stop to the 21K. I'm gonna go above it because we're very low. Right, look at that, 25%, 30%, yeah. Let's just put those levels. And then to the lowest side, we have no weekly level. So that's annoying. We have another one here at 10,000. Okay, do we have a monthly before? We do have a monthly before, let's keep the monthly. Okay, again, same thing, let's maybe not put the level. You know what, I'm gonna put just one, just to say that we have a weekly above and a weekly below, and I'm gonna put it here, okay? Or actually, yeah, no, here, that's the only pivot that I see. The other ones are lower. So, do you notice something? Do you notice this big empty area right there?
Yeah.
There's nothing, there's nothing. There is one thing though, there is this here, okay? And we know because we did this analysis in the previous stream. We know that this high, once it's gonna get tested again, you have a bit of confluences that tells you that you could have like a bounce, and maybe why not start a reversal. That could be the case. What is also strong with this idea is that lots of people, you can see it on YouTube, you can see it on the internet basically, are now expecting 10,000 and 9,000. I've seen it lots of times. I've seen people saying, you can see even on the TradingView news, lots of hedge funds or people are saying, yeah, the next level now is 10,000 or 9,000, okay? So this would actually be a good idea to front run all those levels, go back up and, you know, annoy everybody. So keep it in mind. But should we lose this level?
Is kind of a hidden level.
It is, and hidden levels usually give really amazing reaction. Should we lose this level? Oh, we're going down, because after that, there's nothing.
We're going down.
We're going down like really, really heavily, and that's the only level that's protecting us. It's 14K, psychological as well. Below 14K, yeah, I think hedge funds would be right then, and we'd go at this 10K area. That is a very, very big support area. Okay, but that's for the very high time frame. Right now we know we're ranging here, so we're dropping on the weekly, but we're ranging. Okay, what we could see in the following weeks is actually a break to the downside. Okay, which means if you're not in a short, you want to look for a short, but you don't want to look for a short anywhere. You want to look for the short at the highs or at a local retracement once you see weaknesses. Okay, now let's go to the daily. If you see that I'm missing any levels, tell me, Pierre. Because
everything is perfect.
I mean, of course everything is perfect. Come on. Is that even surprising you? Okay. So let's put that.
You think we're playing?
You think we don't know what we're talking about? We're predicting the levels. We have a new daily level. I like that. Okay. Not only we have this one, we have this one. And we have this one. Okay, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And I know for a fact that we have another daily level that was not hit. I think, right? Yeah, the 300 here, right there.
Ooh,
Yep. So
you're gonna see later. The newest daily is amazing.
yeah, I like it. I'll tell you why also. I kind of did my homework, so I'm kind of know a bit what's happening around this daily, but yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So daily wise, we have those dailies, and then should we go back above, the next day that we have is actually around here. So let's just put it here and then stop, because 21,000 we're quite far away from that, because what we're seeing on the daily level is actually pretty obvious. Wait a second, what's that? That's a daily, okay. What we're seeing here is that we have this range now. Okay. We have this range. The lows are here. The high is here. The middle of the channel is here. Super well respected. Look at that. You don't confirm. You back test it. You go up to the high of the channel. You lose it. So this now becomes a resistance. This 16,900 area is a resistance. And now we're below it. So it's really, really safe to assume that we could be just doing this. And then this. And then maybe take those lows. And then just keep on ranging again. Yeah? That would be such a cool scenario. I would love that.
It would, yeah.
I would love that, because you would be like in a short from here, taking some longs. I mean, you'd be making money in this bearish trend. That's cool already. Making money in the long when you're dropping is pretty cool.
Actually.
Yeah, we did. We did because we took profits already. So that's it. That's a winning trade right there. And should you drop here, we could have like an amazing entry around here because of this liquidity pocket right there. And it would like, yeah, confirm this idea that this is a range, and we could go on for, look at that here, it was from June to November, so you're talking about at least 5 to 6 months, between 5 and 6 months. So we started this range.
I wouldn't expect it to be as easy as the first swing failure pattern that we did. I would expect
this
like
one here,
failed auction.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you would need to see in time what's happening, but as soon as you see like a reclaim of this, that's a very low risk long to take. You put your stop loss below it, and yeah, I agree. By failed auction, you're talking about like something like this, like this, and then you enter here.
Reclaim.
Yeah, exactly. You enter here, you put your stop loss there, and then you hope for a rotation towards the highs of the range. Yeah, definitely. Now, the trigger.
If he gives us the swing failure pattern again, that's fine by us. Also.
Oh yeah, the swing failure pattern would be so cool. And actually, we're already waiting for this trade, because we know that there's also a naked monthly puck right now. So this, I mean, we've been waiting for this for a while now. Since we saw this move starting back up, since we arrived here, so on the 29th of November, we had this trade in mind. Okay. And look, we went up. At this moment in time, you're like, this is never going to happen. And look where we are now. We dropped again. And this scenario is way more probable now than going back up, in my opinion. So that's why. That's why you should be prepared. That now is totally dead. Let's remove it. Let me just see. Okay. I'm not going to play with that. Okay. I'm keeping the naked point of controls for many reasons. Because we haven't touched them, those two. I mean, we touched this one. Look at the respect of this monthly naked point of control. It's crazy.
This is a big one.
This is a big one, and we rejected from it like perfectly. Is there another one? Yeah, that's the other one. Okay. Let's close this for now. So daily levels. That's what we have. Okay. So what I like about that is that we could be also ranging here locally before dropping. We have to see. But I like the fact that we have a daily below, a daily higher, and look what happened at this area. Now, did you want to say something, Pierre, or?
No, that was basically on the very local time frame. The 618 retracement is on the daily.
Yep.
Perfectly.
Exactly. That's where you could compound along. So now that we put all our daily levels and monthly levels and weekly levels, the idea is to say, okay, so now that we know that we're probably going to be ranging and it's being confirmed, you want to pull a fixed range. You want to have a fixed range pull to see where are the big volume levels. First thing, did you remember, Pia, what we said last time, that the point of control had shifted towards here, and as soon as we're gonna hit this, it's gonna shift back, and this is where it is now. So it's interesting. We have two big levels of volume in my opinion. You have this one right there, which is also the naked monthly point of control. So I'm just gonna put it right there. Point of control of the range, and you have another big volume area right there. Okay, and that was
which is now a high volume node.
Exactly, it's a high volume node, and I'm gonna show you why, because before we dropped, when we were here, okay, when we were, my bad, when we were here, haha, haha, you don't want to work, huh? Don't you? Okay, so let me see that, no problem. We're gonna make it work here, maybe, huh? That's weird. I thought it was. I thought I saw it shift at some point. Did we not? Wow, that's super weird. I remember shifting the price. Right? The point of control was here, no? Or am I missing something?
Yeah, it was. Either way, this is a high volume node, so.
Yeah, but I mean, why can't we see it again? Okay, that's weird.
No. It's.
It was
right
later. It was later. It's funny. You can't get it anymore. You can't get it on, at least on TradingView. You can't see it anymore. So that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. That's why I like to have exo charts. Exo charts. That's maybe a bit more reliable here. But anyway, this here, right there, you can trust me on that. Trust us. And this is a high volume node now. Okay, and this is an area. If you don't want to take a trade from there, you can at least take profits from your longs, should you have longed earlier like us, okay, like lower around this area, because this is like an area of volume that is basically very close to the point of control. So you could see something like this, right, like an area of consolidation between those two levels. This is like a natural long level, a support level, this is a resistance level, and then you just play along, right? This could happen. Value areas. Let's put the value areas. So what do we have? We have that right there. Value area high. Where is it? There. The value area low. Right there. Okay. Let's see. Do we have other interesting FIP? Not FIP pools, but volume pools. We can take the uptrends. Aha! Now you want to show. Now you want to show that you're here, huh? Okay. So for the uptrend, that's the point of control. Okay, so that's why I say this is an important level. So I'm gonna just drop it a bit here, because that's actually a very, very important level. And now we've officially taken a key low level in this uptrend. Okay, so should you retrace here, you could make a lower high, maybe towards the value area high, and then drop again. But I mean, now by taking this level right there, at least what you're expecting is a range. So maybe you could be ranging between those two, like this range, right? This range we've been inside, we went above it, that's a deviation, and then you go back inside, you take the lows of this range, okay, you go back above it, and then now you could expect maybe a rotation towards the high of the range. This could happen. This is a very, very, very cool scenario as well. Okay, the value area high is here. What I like about the value area high is that, you know, it's been tested. It was a really, really good resistance. So that's also a level to keep in mind. But I would actually use the range itself, like from here to here. value is different. If I put it here, the value is different. Okay, that's more for local analysis. We don't want to do that. So let's keep this here. Do we have other confluences maybe? The value area low is pretty close. Value area high, let's keep the highest one. Since the drop, what do we have here? Let's say now we're in a reversal pattern. What do we have? So the point of control is logically here. This is where we spend most of the time. Although it's a weekend, it's okay. Value area high, where is it? It's all up here. So no real confluences here. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna keep like the really highest and lowest levels, and this would be basically our volume profile. Volume profile updated. Okay, and we can remove that. So let's check out what we have. I'm gonna put this one in white because I don't like it like that. Okay. High volume node, point of control, value area low, value area high. Okay. Should we add naked point of control? We have this one. Do we have a new naked point of control? Let's watch that right now. So what I'm using right now, as maybe you know, is called an order flow software, where you can actually see if you have new daily naked point of control. You have one at 16,987. So let's put it. Let's put it daily level. Do we have other ones? So above us, that's the only resistance that we have. Super cool to see. Super cool to see. When we were doing the uptrend, we created the naked point of control right there. And now we're in the downtrend. And we created another point of control, like literally like a few, like $20 or $10 difference. It's nice to see those levels. And that's like a little, let's call it a golden nugget. When a level is disrespected like that on the way down, especially if it's recreated afterwards here, you can expect a reaction on the other way once we hit it again. Okay, this is something that happens. It's a pattern that happens a lot. Like you see, for example, a horizontal level that you're expecting, you go straight through it, and then you go below it, and then you back test it. Usually, you almost back test it to the dollar, and then you keep on dropping. So this is seeing that this level has been recreated is really cool. So yeah, let's keep in mind that that's the case. What's also super nice, and that is giving this idea even more strength, is that it's the high volume node that we were talking about. The daily naked point of control was created at this area, and we're in this middle of the channel area as well. Okay, so you can already build a case that the biggest local resistance that we're going to have is around here, for multiple different reasons. First of all, the range, middle of the channel, is a bit lower. The volume of this whole uptrend, the point of control is here, a bit lower. And a bit above it, you have the naked point of control of this day's price action. Okay, so you have like a daily time frame confluence. You have almost a month and a half tool, which is the parallel channel, and you have this channel, this uptrend channel that started in the 21st of November, so a bit less than a month, that is telling you that the highest point of volume is here. So that's an interesting area of resistance that you should keep in mind. If you want to imagine, if you want to know when you can start to imagine that we're going to go a bit higher, it's if we reclaim this area. Before reclaiming this, I would expect personally that we go lower. Okay, so that is the naked point of control. Let's put it into the naked point of control folders. Do we have other levels? Above we said no, and below us, what do we have below us? Below us we have nothing.
Nothing.
We have nothing. We can drop very fast. Very, very fast. Let's go on the weekly levels. Weekly naked pointer controls. Okay, that's interesting. So, oh, my bad. Here, so below us again, we have nothing. Above us, we have a level at 17. It's the same one than before. That's crazy. It's 16.9, yeah, 16.987. See that? So that level actually, not only it's a strong level, a daily level, it's actually a weekly level. So it's even stronger. And so this, you actually change it into a weekly naked pointer control. Makes sense when you think of what we're talking about, because last week we've been going up. Okay, I mean, at least here we've been going up. But yeah, I mean, it's even stronger than we thought. Do we have something else below? We have nothing below, nothing above. Okay. Monthly, we don't have any monthly because we're in the middle of the week. So I have to say that's it. So let's zoom back into the 4-hour level and let's play with what we have. So pretty obviously, you can just with horizontal levels, you can already like see where are there areas where you have some friction. So here we said that's a resistance area. Another resistance area is going to be like either around here or here, okay? But for now, we don't see other confluences, so I'm not going to put it. A support area would be here, in this area right now, which is the low and basically the long that we took. That's very local. And I haven't pulled any Fibonacci levels yet. I'm just seeing like with the horizontals that we have, where are some confluences. This is very interesting because the very low with the daily naked daily level horizontal, this could provide some kind of support. Even better if you see the liquidity below taken, like you see this kind of failed auction below it and then you go back above it. But yeah, nevertheless, that's a level. And then the other very, very interesting level that we already know about is this one right there. As easy as that.
That one.
Yeah, that's really cool. Super low. You arrive here, everybody's bearish. You could see some kind of a very, very, very cool reaction. Okay. Now, should we add some Fibonacci levels? Because yeah, we love to do that. Okay. So of course, look at that. We know this already by heart. We hit the 618, and we're retracing to the high side. Now, where is the 786? 786. Ah, interesting. It's right above this liquidity level. That's good to know. So in my mind, should we drop? We could have a reaction here, but I'm actually liking this area way more because first of all, it's a 786. It has, most of the time, it has respect, and especially because of this liquidity here. Yeah, and here it would be like really easy to trade. Really easy to trade. So that area is interesting. Is it the best long? I mean, if we arrive here, I mean, the odds to get here is they're increasing. They're increasing. I mean, you would have already dropped from here to here 12%. What's an additional 4% to go to the lows of the range? Nothing. And you know there's liquidity here, and you know that this is where the price is usually attracted to. So yeah, that's why, I mean, this area could provide something, but honestly, should we lose this right there? Should we lose this? Let's put it to the 6.6. Should we lose this area of support that we are in right now, that we bounce up? I wouldn't count too much on this. This could be scalped for a daily trade level, for a daily trade. Sorry, but on the high time frame, I would expect that we're actually going to the 15,300 levels, because we'd be losing the 618, we'd be losing the naked monthly point of control, the market structure for sure, and dropping pretty hard. So yeah, that's what I would have in mind. Let me just close those things for now. Okay, So we know where are the interesting levels to the downside, right? Do we have another one that maybe we missed? Do we have like interesting speed fan pulls? I mean, when was that? 21
Let's see.
November. We can try it, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be way too. It's gonna be not close to it. Okay, I had a bad feeling. I had a very bad feeling. Oh my god! Oh wow! Holy shit! Look at that! Look at that 6. Wow, that's crazy. I not even know it. That's gorgeous. That was gorgeous. We should call John.
We've taken it without even knowing.
Without even knowing. So yeah, that's what's cool with the technical analysis, that you can arrive to the same conclusion, not even having like all the tools on.
Yeah.
But I mean, how cool is that? That gives you a time perspective. What we're lacking in this analysis so far is that we don't know when we're gonna hit it. And when you actually see this, you could start thinking that, okay, hitting this level here is nice, hitting it here is nice, and we could have hit it here also, because you see the lines of the speed fan, and this adds like a timing perspective to your trade.
Element.
Exactly. And seeing that we dropped at this moment in time, not here, not here, not here, not here, this adds strength to this level. So that's really cool to see. And right now, what we're doing is basically rejecting from this pocket right there. Should we get acceptance above that, I mean bouncing, not rejecting, we could see higher prices locally at least before maybe dropping lower. That is very, very cool. I'm gonna keep in mind this one. Let me just see something here. Did we have any kind of speed fan around there? Yeah, that was the 7.5. See, we went above the 7.5. We couldn't confirm any kind of consecutive candles above it, and then you go below it. And look at how it was respected here. Yeah, speed fans are actually not really used recently, and they provide really interesting things, huh? It's cool to have them in mind.
John is gonna talk about it.
Oh, John is gonna go crazy. John is gonna go crazy. I'm seeing something. Okay, so of course we have this channel, but I'm seeing something cool. I don't know if you're seeing it as well, Pierre, but seeing this here gives me the idea of a channel going on. So maybe not here, but maybe towards this level right
this
there.
one.
Yeah, and maybe here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh my god. I mean, come on, you know where I'm going. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, that's a very, very nice channel. That's a very nice channel. Those hits are crazy cool. This midline, look at this midline. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That is so, oh my god. That is so cool. Look at that. This channel is respected so well. Back test here. I mean, you go straight through it again. Hit it. You have a bit of a rejection. Go above it. You back it. It's being respected all the way. Okay, and right now we're above it.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Did you have this channel in mind, Pierre?
I did, yeah.
I did, yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Of
No,
course
I-
you did.
I did, but I didn't talk about it, and I didn't care about it so much. For me, what was important was the 618 and
Yeah, definitely. I
and
agree.
the naked monthly. To be honest.
I agree with you. But should we be
But
now?
I don't trade. I don't trade about pitchforks and FIPFAN and parallel channel.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
know what
trade
you're
about
talking about.
volume and technical. So,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
yeah, I knew about it. Even you, I showed this one to you
Probably I just forgot because you know how
one week ago.
yeah, how my memory is amazing, and I probably have it on the other chart as well, but I just, this is what I like
You
about
do.
analyzing from scratch, is that you see this respect, you see that this,
Yeah.
from this high to this high, you put it to this low, this could have been the perfect bottom, and you had it with those three pivots. And plus, when you see the reaction on the midline, that's very interesting. Like, you could expect another move up towards the 18, and we know that 18,200, we have some interesting levels as well, because we know that there is that. No, there is no. Is it that? Yeah, we know we have that. So that's actually giving. Ah, yeah, I remember. I posted it. I remember now. So we have that actually. I'm looking at this and I'm really liking this, because remember we said that this gives, the speed fan gives a timing element to your trading analysis. Well, the channel gives also a timing element, because should we arrive here, let's say around Christmas, you could have again another golden trade around there. You could have a golden trade here. That would be so cool. So what I'm actually going to do is add this parallel channel into this setup right there. That was a setup that we talked about on the 4th of December. So that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And because on the 4th of December, where were we? Yeah, we already have this channel in mind. We just didn't put it in. Okay. Okay, so we have our dailies, volume profile, parallel channel of the range we're in. So different rectangles, that was just to show you. 618, we know where it is. I'm just gonna remove it now. We have this right now, the speed fan. We're at this level already, so it doesn't make much sense to keep it. This doesn't make much sense now. Just gonna remove it. So what's our next game? Okay, what are the next setups that we really would like to see? In my opinion, if I see that, if I see this, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Like, when we open tonight, if I see like a drop here, and then a reclaim of this level, right, a fast reclaim, I would be very interested in opening along. What I might do, yeah, what I might do though is just thinking where to put the stop loss, because if you put the stop loss right below it, everybody knows that you entered here. Should you put it here, it's honestly safer. It's a higher risking position. You're risking 1.5%, but you're also trading the fact that you're getting everybody out here. This is a support level. You've seen it work as a support level on a pretty high time frame area. So you could actually maybe envision that this would actually help you just even go here to this area right there. And that's a how much? That's a 1.6 ratio. That's not very strong. Let's not lie. It's not the best setup.
Yeah.
But should you see, like, yeah, let's give this scenario a bit more thought. Okay, should we start seeing this, take those highs, back test them, and go around here? You could expect, I mean, at this moment in time, the point of control. So you rejected, you lost the value area high. You're at the point of control. This means that basically you bounce off the point of control, and what's your next target? Your next target is probably the value area high, okay? So this actually trade would be more sensible here, because you're trading the point of the SFP of the point of control and the 618. So should you really trade it correctly, it would actually be a 5.6% trade, like the target. The good target, the reasonable target would be that, and that's a 3.8 ratio. So I could do that. I could see myself trading that, definitely. So that would be for the long, okay? Like basically, getting us out of our long that we took on Saturday, from Friday to Saturday at midnight. Get us out of this long, and then go back up again. And why not take profits at the same area, the 16790? That's basically another opportunity for you to enter in the long and take profits here. 1.5% trade. Should we see this reaction? Like if you see that, if you see something dropping like that, no, that's not at all a good opportunity. You need to see the reaction. Okay. So for the long, the local long, I would say there's that. Should we lose this level, I would be very interested in seeing what happens around the value area low, but probably not take a trade
And
from
the swing
it.
for the pattern, yeah.
The only place where I would accept, yeah,
307.
yeah, 16300 where
Uh,
this
just behind the 66, yeah.
yeah, okay. I mean, you know what I don't like about that? I mean,
This is not, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a hidden
This
level,
is
but
not my preferred.
it's, you see, yeah, on the 4 hours, this is just like a higher low from this here, but it's not like it's within this impulsive move, right? So you would take some liquidity, but the biggest liquidity is probably resting around here. So you would take a trade from here. I would say that you take profits really fast at the point of control, should you have it, especially now that's aligned with this SR flip. I mean, it could be scalpable. Should you see something, it could be scalpable. But also keep in mind something. The value area low is not well respected. I mean, as a support level, it's not. Right? Like we go straight below, like we go super deep inside of it. We go back. We could say here there was a bit of a back test, but it was really not on the level itself. Here it was tested as resistance. As resistance, it was amazing. Here it was front run, higher highs, and then you go straight below it, back test it, back test. So you go above it, you don't test. So this level has never been respected, per se, right? So is it gonna work as a support? I don't know. I would be maybe
It's
more.
a pocket of liquidity
Yeah.
behind the 66. That's what interests me about it.
That's what's cool. That's what's cool about it.
Mm.
But is this going to give a bounce should you arrive at this level? Or
If we reclaim the 618, yeah.
if you reclaim, I mean, you mean this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's too late. That's too late, right?
Then reclaim the 66, then reclaim the 618. You could expect it to go higher.
Yeah, you could. Like you go, like let's say this is what happens. We open, we go here, you reclaim it, you go here, you reclaim the 6-6, you go here. What do you do here? For you, there's an entry right there, or is your entry here?
This is a SFP, so.
So you would trade this. You would take this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be honest, this is not the best one. Yeah, the best one is under there, and the 786.
The 786. However,
yeah,
I would agree with you if I see a drop here, hit the daily, and move straight above. I could potentially open here, okay? Because daily level, volume level, why not? But I'm afraid this is a big, oh no, that's 0.8%. Okay, the invalidation is close. But we do have to keep in mind something, that this is really not a swing trade. It has a potential of a swing trade, but it's, scalp, yeah, because, I mean, we'd be just doing that basically, you know? So where you want to, yeah, you want to take profit at least here, if not before. At least in this area, which is a very, very cool area in terms of percentages. If you enter here, it's 1.3%. So that's cool. That's a cool trade to take. Okay, but yeah, I mean, now should we think more into like swing term perspective, if we can say it? Maybe the best SFP would be this one for sure. Yeah. But again, I would take profits really fast for multiple reasons. The first reason is that this would look super bearish. Should we drop here, lose that, and then do that? And even if we do that, okay, even if we see this, we are still doing that, and that, right? Nothing strong about that. So I mean I would trade it locally. That would be a day trade. So that's why I'm not putting them in. This would be a day trade. This would be a day trade. But the next like really interesting trade is the one we marked for a while now. And it's this one. That's the one that provides basically the best risk to reward trade. Now, as Pierre said, because you have this double bottom here, you could really expect some kind of a weird price action here, and maybe like that, I mean, you could expect something super weird like that. Super weird, where it's not clean. You see it here, you see it go back in, you open your swing failure pattern, and then it drops again, takes you out, it goes back above, you want to enter again, and then drops again, you're scared, you close it, goes up. This kind of thing happens a lot. And then the real swing failure pattern happens and goes back up. And in the end, you were right. You just didn't time the bottom right. This could happen. So that's why you need to be open to all the scenarios right there. And I mean, those kind of advice are super valuable, because we've been trading for quite a while now, and this is something you don't really learn anywhere. You need to practice a lot, okay? And the trigger that you have is, I mean, I personally feel that the trigger part of trading is the hardest part. I mean, analyzing the market is honestly fairly easy. It's not complicated. Especially if you get really used to those levels, you know how the...
No, but you say that, but because we know, but most of the people don't, so it's not that easy for them.
No, okay, you're right. Let me rephrase it. It's not easy, per se, but it's achievable. It's achievable in a pretty respectable time frame. Like if for 1 year or 2 years you put yourself and you want to learn the theory really well, honestly, technical levels should not be that complicated to grasp. However, so the theory basically, okay? However, the trigger, like the trading part of trading, not the analysis, the trading part, this is the most complicated thing. And this is why we always try to imagine all the scenarios. Because when the trade happens and you're confronted to a scenario, if you haven't planned the specific scenario that's going to be in play, you're going to be you're not going to be trading rationally. You're going to be trading with emotions. You're going to be like, oh, that's not happening like I expected. I was not seeing this. And so you might actually miss a trade that you actually had in mind, but the trigger was not correctly defined, so you don't know what you're looking for really. And when it actually happens, it's too late. The price already went above it. So that's why I say it's a very valuable advice to prepare all the kind of scenarios that could happen. And one of those scenarios is getting you stopped out multiple times from a potential swing failure pattern, right? So what I'm trying to say is that if you see this happen, one like this, after getting stopped out here, I personally would not trade the next swing failure pattern. I would wait for a sign of strength, a reclaim of this area, for example, and enter using the local market structure, enter a potential long. Okay, and that would be the only thing I would do. Because if you start trading all the swing failure patterns, you might actually get really wrecked in this area. And when the move actually happens and you arrive here, at this point in time, your profits would just be covering only all the losses that you had here, for example. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that sometimes timing the bottom makes no sense, because losing all the money that you haven't made yet in the trade is dumb. It's dumb, because in the end, even if the trade happens, you're not making any money. And at the end of the day, you want to make money. So why try to do this and this and thinking, that's going to be the move. That's going to be the move. I mean, this is what happened here. And then you didn't see it locally, but locally it was that was a crazy price action locally. Let me show you a bit what I'm talking about. I mean, especially here. Okay, those were areas we were expecting things. Okay, so you had like one here and then you go below what? You go below this level. So you're like, ah, I'm gonna short it. You put your stop loss above this area. What happens next? You go above it. What happens? Boom, you go below it. So you're like, ah, you know what? It's another SFP, so I'm gonna enter here. What happens next? You get stopped out completely. So I mean, at this point of time, you lost maybe twice, 0.506%. So you haven't even taken the trade yet, so you don't really know when it's gonna go down. And yeah, trying to time the top or the bottom of a move is really, really, really tricky. And I would not advise it to anybody, actually. That's why I'm saying
Unless
be
you have
prepared.
the CPI.
Unless you exactly. Unless you're ready emotionally and physically to endure the pressure, but I would not do that. So
No, but unless you have the CPI news.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, even if you have the CPI news, how is the market gonna react?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know. Someday the same news is gonna have the opposite effect. The same type of news would have the opposite effect another day because of another reason that you don't know. But yeah,
But
yeah,
you could
yeah, I
expect
agree.
volatility for sure.
Ah, yeah, yeah. That I completely agree, and we use it personally. That's what we do. So, to keep it a bit short because we're taking a bit too much time here. One long here would be the swing failure pattern of the long that we're already in. So you see, we're getting prepared already mentally to get stopped out of this really cool trade, because right now the bearish local trend is not changed. What we're doing is just consolidating above this area, so that could be seen as a very bearish sign, and we could just drop again. So get ready for this move because it could happen. Okay, now should we start to go back up, let's say we don't get our two setups, so let's just close this one and let's close this one. What would be the next shorting area? So you already know that locally I told you about this lever right there, that's strong. So I would say, okay, I would say that this area right there could offer a fairly cool short. Okay, the best one in my mind would be swing failing this area right there. And maybe now if we add a bit of Fibonacci magic to our level, we have like maybe a 6, yeah, we have a 686, 786, sorry, 786 right there, right on the high volume node. So that's interesting as well. And let's say we go here, do we have a 382 maybe?
This is also the point of control of the range that we are currently right now.
This area right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the high volume node. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
That's a volume level that you need to keep in mind. The naked point of control, the weekly. You have something cool that I'm gonna show you, which is a Fibonacci confluence. Ah, come on. Like this right there, you know, like this 66618 382, middle of the channel, right? This area,
Fibonacci confluence.
yeah, Fibonacci confluence right there, you know. So you could argue that this level of resistance actually starts around here, and I would really not be surprised to see something like that, basically. You know, hitting this like bigger pivot 618, okay, and then dropping again, and not even hitting the intermediate levels. That's not gonna be easy because the levels are like close together, but the area is huge. Okay, so if you had like to shorten it and to give like a high time frame perspective of where is the resistance, I would say that's the resistance. For me, that's the resistance area. Okay, and you can start, if you're not in a short, for example, and you're afraid that it might go down, you could start laddering into a short around those levels here, for example. There is no exact level, but personally, if I had like to compound my short, probably compound my short about around this area here. Around this area would not be a stupid idea of compounding the short, because we are still under the perspective that we're going lower. Okay, so this area right there is cool. Now, let's pull this towards here. Uh-huh. What do we have here? 382, I don't really care about it right now. So we have this area right there, and maybe if we add a fixed range profile, yeah, the value area high, that could be another interesting short. That could be another interesting short because it's the value area high of this downtrend that we have. It's the 618 retracement. You have the daily level above it a bit. This could, I mean, why am I thinking that this could happen? Because all the shorts that opened here, they were not challenged. Okay, if anybody opened the short here, it's just dropping continuously. So if nobody took profits around here and is in a short from there, you could see like a big rally just to take them out, and then maybe hit this area. And here, people are gonna get bullish as usual, and then you could see like another drop. You know, that could be very, very interesting to trade. Should you have it, but it's we're not there yet. We're really not there yet. I would trade it level to level
You have
personally.
you have the 0.5 of the retracement fib
The full
that
with
is on the value area high of the big range from November.
yeah, that's very interesting. You're right. That's very interesting.
Also, you have fingerprints on the way.
Oh, we do? Ah, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I have them on my other chart. On my other chart, sorry.
Yeah.
So let's actually mark them up. Sorry. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm fine.
Do you want the data?
I can actually show it live just so people see what we're
Yeah.
doing. That we're actually doing it live.
That's
And
better.
yeah. And we're not just inventing those levels. So he's talking about those areas. Okay. So those are do we have a volume level here? No, we don't have anything. Oh, we don't even have sessions. We don't even have any kind of sessions around here. Okay. So the data, tell me if you have the same one. It's 17105, 17165 for the
Yeah.
first area. So that's the first area right there. Let's keep it like that. First single print that you're talking about, it's interesting because those usually work like magnet, you know. It gives like it's like unfinished business, so you could see something happening around there, like the price going back up, filling it, and then drop. That would fit the scenario that we have a big rally to get people out of their shorts. 17265, 17355. Do you have it? Three, 5, 5. Okay, we have it here. Okay. So those are the two areas you were talking about. That's a very good point. What I do see is that here the local low here is also the beginning of the fingerprint. That could be a take profit.
Yeah.
Should we go above higher here? Should, like, for example, if we enter the long setup that we're talking about, right? Not this one. Where's the other one? Yeah. Should we enter this long here? You could either take profits here, or you could, I mean, you have all those areas, but you could also take profits around this area here. That could be an area of take profits. Anyway, that's too much of a speculation for now. Let me close that. Let me close that. Okay. So what we're saying here, the two scenarios that we have in mind is either to the upside and not to the downside. Either we have a rally that could start at the beginning of the week, for example. We go above, we go here, and then we get rejected in this area, and then we drop. Okay, so here could be an interesting area to short. Or Jason still lists all for your stream. I have so okay, that's cool. Hello Jason, hello mainly 14. I don't know if you see the messages as well. So yeah, basically the two scenarios that we were talking about here are either like you have a short entry that's very close, okay, but this area for me is a big resistance, and that if you want to see the price claim higher prices, this is going to be a break it, make it or break it level. So I could see something like we go here, we hit this level, and then we drop. First area of short, let's say. Okay, you put your stop loss above this, for example, 0.86%, and you take profits. That's the most important thing. You need to take profit in this area at least, because even though you're in a bearish trend, this here is the target of your local short. Even if we should go lower, you take profits in this area, and then you sit in your short should we like drop lower and lower. You put your stop loss either at entry or you keep it here if you want, and you're protected. So that's an interesting area. And the other one, should we start reclaiming this level, but only after we reclaim it? So should we go above basically the 17K? Okay, we backtest it, we confirm the bullish market structure, we don't SFP this high because we also have the possibility, important, to SFP this high right into the single print area and then drop. This is also a possibility that you should keep in mind. We haven't talked about this one, Pierre, huh? But I mean, this is super cool because of that. Let me show you. This is the perfect swing support resistance flip that happened. I don't know if you paid attention, but that was a low on the 1 hour, okay, before the big impulsive move to the upside, right? And then we dropped, and what did we backtest on the 1 hour? This exact level, and now becoming a resistance. That is the exact support resistance flip. Very academic, okay? So you could, so this is a resistance level, we know it. Should you reclaim this and go here? This is not a place to buy. This is a place to be careful. This is a place where either if you're long from below like we are, you are probably going to take a bit of profits here, depending on either you want to take profits or you want to trade your stop loss to make sure that you maximize your gains, okay? But probably this is a take profit area. And I would also argue that this is a probable short area should I see some kind of a big wick that fills the single print, for example, and then goes right under this area, right? Because why would this be a good short? First reason, very, very easy invalidation. The easy invalidation, it's above, right above the wick, okay? So let's say the wick comes here, it comes above here, and then it drops. You have a 0.4, you're risking 0.4%, okay, of your position, and then you're dropping. And potentially this trade is a 3.14%. So you have a 6.87 ratio in this short trade. That's why I would take it. I wouldn't take it because this is the most amazing short. I would take it because it's a day trade, basically, and I'm seeing the market telling me, yeah, that's a local resistance, and basically we're not going to get higher than that, and then we start losing all the levels again, right? We start losing this level, backtest it, we drop, okay? Here is an area of take profit for sure. So yeah, that's how I would trade this level. I would not forget about it. I would not forget about it, especially if I see a reaction. Interesting reaction, okay? But now, as for a swing trade, a swing short, should we get above this, arriving here, I wouldn't like expect the price to drop. I wouldn't really expect it to drop. If it drops, I will be positioned, but I would actually expect the price to fill those areas right there and either drop from this value area high. Okay, why? Because it's the value area high of the whole range. It's the 0.5 of the whole drop, so you have like a nice confluence. And if you don't see a reaction here, the last area where you might want to short is around this here. Okay, because 618 value area high of this downtrend and the daily level. So basically you would see like a pump, hit the daily level, confirm right below it, go here and then drop. And depending on your risk profile, okay, you can have different type of entries. So you can either enter as soon as you see a reaction at this daily, yeah, you put your stop loss above it, very aggressive entry. I advise that you take profits pretty fast. Or you can enter at the loss of the value area high and the 618. So should you see something like that, stop loss around there, and then you trade it to at least the middle of the channel and the point of control. And here take some profits. What I like about this idea is that we dropped super fast. We can just go back up super fast and squeeze everybody out. Yeah, that's really, really, really something that you should expect. Should you see this here reclaimed, of course, okay? If you see like a wick above it, and then that, and then locally the market structure changes, and then you lose this level and everything, the idea is not to buy here. This shows you weakness. That shows you that this level is a resistance, and the most probable outcome is actually to drop and challenge those lows. That's what it shows you. That's it. So yeah, that would be the trading plan that I mean personally I would have for the week. Okay, hoping for a short, a higher time frame, a higher level, sorry, short around this area. That would be the best thing for me, because you fill all those inefficiencies right there. You take out everybody that was badly positioned in a short, me included, because I have a short from this area right there. Okay, so you take me out, but arriving here, don't forget that you are in a bearish market. You're hitting the like a big resistance area, and it could clearly drop from here. So you enter a short, very low invalidation, and then you just trade it that way. Trade it level to level. Don't overcomplicate things. So short from here. Okay. Here is a big resistance area, but I think we have it already. Not this one. Yeah. That's the first resistance area that we want to see. Here, I could potentially compound my short if I don't see any kind of strength, but keeping in mind that we could just squeeze to the upside. So first area of resistance, second big area of resistance is here, but the preferred one for me would be here. Okay. And should we actually drop? Well, we have already our long, which is this one. Okay. And this long is thinking that we're going to swing failure those lows, take out everybody from their long, and then go back up. Okay, so we have this long, and we have the lower long, which is here. And that's it. For me, that's honestly it. Like,
everything's been covered.
It's like a very easy plan. Okay, you have the levels. You have the levels that you want to trade. You want to trade this level. You want to trade this level. You want to trade this level. And you don't have to make it more complicated than that. And you have this level. And that's it. Potentially, you can take one short, take profits, win the trade. A second short, you get sub from this one, take profits, again, win the trade. Drop towards this level. Potentially here you have a nice long setup if you see a reaction. Take the trade, take profits around here. And drop some more for amazing swing long from this area. Those are really, really, really cool areas. Yeah, I would trade it that way, honestly. Do we have any kind of questions? Or do you have any kind of suggestions, Pierre, on your side? Like levels that you're expecting that I haven't really covered? I'm seeing some weird comments. All for a stream on. I have no idea what it means.
I don't know.
Did you get any answer?
But the same message from two people, I don't. Like,
From 2 people. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Guys, if you have any question,
Okay.
it's now. Because we're not gonna keep it that long. We've been on for how long? For almost 2 hours now. It's a bit too long.
yeah.
That's really those trades. In my opinion, I'm gonna follow them next week. We're already in amazing positions. We have a long from this level. We have a short from higher up, and now what we have to do is just wait and see our levels get hit. For me here, there's no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. Here I could be interested in no trade, no trade, especially in this area. It's really complicated to trade here. And then coming back here, you could have some interesting trades to take. Should you drop, the only areas are here, maybe this thing right there,
Maybe.
and then the biggest
This
one here.
pocket.
This for me here is like more day trade territory. That's it. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to trade, here personally I would pass it and I would wait for the retracement towards the low of the range.
Mm.
Okay. Wow, it's 11 already. Should we stop it here? I don't
Yeah.
see any
People
questions
have
coming
no
in.
question, then
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay. And what we're gonna do is probably today or on Tuesday, see how the market opened and see where we went and cover this up. If we're lucky, we're gonna see like any of our setup getting hit and we can cover it like we did earlier with this amazing long setup that we took. And if not, that would be a good idea to go like more locally on the daily perspective, or on I would mean more like the 15 minutes perspective, right? And we could see what happens more locally in this area, okay? And yeah, tomorrow maybe having a nice setup and play and analyze this during a live session. That would be cool. I could do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pierre.
It was perfect.
Thank
you.
Do we didn't cover the ES. What I say is we cover it tomorrow then when we do our
Yeah.
our live stream
It'll
tomorrow.
be better.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Thanks a lot. Have an amazing trading week, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.